let's go to Penn Jillette on MSNBC. Now, here's the situation. He's on Morning Joe with Joe Scarborough and that woman whose name I just, for the life of me, can't pronounce and say. So I'm going to, Mika, is it? And then she's got a last name, whatever, right? Jim Jablowski. Gillette is telling a joke, but he's not actually telling a joke. He's telling the reaction of the crowd to this joke, which he calls cheesy. Now, watch how it unfolds. Watch what Penn Jillette, who's a comedian and a magician, actually says, and then the reaction of the host, especially when they come back from the break, and see if the two things jive together. And then we'll talk about it. Here it is.
What I thought was a really cheesy joke. We're doing a magic trick with a picnic here. The joke doesn't matter. And I threw in this joke one of the crew members came up with and just did this joke about, Obama did great in February, and that's because that was Black History Month. And now Hillary's doing much better because it's White Bitch Month, right? And it's just the shock of having
I knew I should have warned you before you started it. Yeah, probably
I don't like that.
So, but anyway, your bigger point was that everybody was offended by the first one.
No. My point was that it wasn't a good joke. It was just the shock of the word, and it just worked in there. And I didn't expect it to do anything, and I expected a few boos, and you move on, and who cares? That kind of reaction is what I expected. Exactly.
Mine is...
And it got nothing but applause and cheers. It was like, build a statue. He's a hero for this really cheesy nothing joke. And I came back to the crew and said, oh, she's losing. Because it seems like in a reaction like that, a real honest reaction where you're getting what people react to in a joke, you should have some sort of you should want to cheer for her at that point. It was astonishing.
It is very... Actually, I'm a little bothered. I'll be honest with you. I guess because I've run for office before, I know just the name calling. I pin Gillette on, and of course, he's funny on the internet. He says certain things, but he made a joke that I'm sure a couple of people on the internet thought were funny.
No, I didn't think it was funny. And I got to tell you, with all the work that Hillary Clinton is doing, I'm insulted, actually.
Well, I think also it's easy, again. It is not so easy as a woman to run for office. I've seen this time and time again that even with my mom working, if you're aggressive and you work hard and you're a man, then you're tough.
Yep.
If you're a woman and you do the same thing, then you're called names.
And that doesn't help.
That is unfortunate.
That was bad. Yeah. Moving on now.
Oh, come on. Do they have a brain in their head? Are they listening to what's happening? This is why I can't work for, so-called news organizations that are in the mass media. Are they pretending to be outraged, or are they actually outraged? Because if they're actually outraged, then they don't have the ability to have a conversation. They don't understand what Penn Jillette said at all. Penn Jillette said it was a bad joke. It was a cheesy joke, but he was describing the reaction of the audience to gauge the reaction to Hillary Clinton. Gillette didn't actually call Hillary Clinton a bitch. Did they miss that whole thing? Or do they know that and they think, uh-oh, a secret word was used that is not allowed to be used. Sound the sirens and let's all do, evasive maneuvers, put up the defense shield, and say to everybody, we didn't say that. Gillette said that, and that was wrong, and we're really upset about it. So, no protests. How stupid is this, JR?
They're afraid of everything you could possibly say that'll piss off the audience. They think in the mind of the audience, and they go, that cannot be said because that's going to get misinterpreted. They're not thinking that. They're just thinking, he just said white bitch. That's all that needs to be said. And he's talking about Hillary Clinton. There's going to be a problem. We need to be outraged by this.
There it is. JR nailed it. We need to be outraged by this. So we'll go on and be outraged by it. I guess the reason that it bothers me so much is because it's like when you go on TV, you have to, I don't know if it is you have to be more stupid or you have to pretend to be stupid because everybody's going to complain one way or another, and if people complain, you have to react to it. Instead of saying, hey, listen, next time, listen to the guy and stop your whining and complaining, because within the context, it made perfect sense. But obviously on TV, you can't say that. You have to say, oh, I'm so sorry, we apologize, everybody's outraged.